Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. It's 42 degrees outside here, January 15, 2019. Cold and damp, not good weather. Louisiana weather is not good. All right, unless you like damp chilliness, you can't get warm for months. I went to Arizona and it was snowing, and I had short sleeves on and I didn't feel cold. Here, 42. Oh well. Today we have Bellows Club Whiskey, the bizarre, strange, and unusual Bellows Club Whiskey. Bellows Company, founded in 1830. And it's even a strange shaped bottle. But I think that's a Jim Beam bottle. If you go and get a liter of like Kessler or Beam's 8-Star, I believe the glass bottle was this shape. Against Barton blended American, how do I say this? Premium. Barton Premium American Whiskey, a blend. Okay, got it. Barton Premium American Whiskey, a blend. Now, my friend David loves the Barton 1792. He said that's the best value for bourbon whiskey on the market. He said you get what you pay for with that. Don't think he'd be too thrilled with this. This was $5.99 plus tax at Smoker Friendly in Frankfort, Kentucky. U.S. Highway 60 westbound side of the road at the intersection of 127. Well, anyway, just in case you want to go there. It was $6.35 after tax. Okay. Bottled in Los Angeles, California, and in Bardstown, Kentucky. Yeah, Bardstown, Kentucky, at the Barton 1792 distillery. The ones you get east of the Mississippi River are almost certainly from Kentucky. The ones on the West Coast are from Common Sense, California. Now, I've never seen it in Louisiana. I have seen the Barton Gin, and I have seen the Barton Vodka, and of course Barton 1792. Whenever it comes onto the market, which is occasionally, they don't produce it all the time. So my friend David went running and bought some. He couldn't stand the Tom Sims bourbon, and which I bought him, but I found out about the Tom Sims. At first, I kept saying it looks like a Heaven Hill bottle. It looks like a Heaven Hill bottle. As it turns out, it is. I had overlooked it on the Heaven Hill product specifications. Tom Sims bourbon, 4-year age. Then there's the 6-year age. He said this tastes like they used the cheapest ingredients and met the minimum guidelines for bourbon just so they could sell a discount product. Actually, they went above the requirements for straight bourbon, but I thought it was good. He thought it was just average. Anyway, that's another video. We've already shot that video. I just have to get to the upload eventually. Oh, yikes. I poured the wrong thing in the wrong glass. Let me go rinse it because this stuff's such a strong aroma. Oh man, what can happen at dawn? At dawn. That's how people in parts of New Orleans pronounce a person's name. Not, the time when the sun's coming up, dawn. They'll be like, we're going to Dawn's house. You say, yeah, Dawn, D-A-W-N. That's a woman's name. No, they pronounce Don, D-O-N, Don, like Don Seafood as Dawn. We're going to Dawn's. I always thought that was a strange way to pronounce a word. And they'll even pronounce John like that, John. Is John coming over? to watch the game. Don't put too much mayonnaise on that bread. They have a strange way of speaking over there. I'm splashing water. Everything's going wrong here this morning. Burnt my Pop-Tart from Kellogg's. Got water on my glasses. Poured the wrong whiskey in the wrong glass. But okay, Maxwell says, hi, Ron. Good morning. Good morning to you, Maxwell. Greetings to you over in Russia. I don't think this is going to be much of a challenge because the Barton is just like a regular old blended whiskey. It's got a mellow flavor. You could say bland. I'll agree. The Bellows is strange. It's so very strange. I poured too much. I don't know what they're trying to get at with this Bellows Club whiskey. Like, what are they? I said this in the previous videos. It's like they wanted to play a joke on people. Like, let's put way too much rye in it and freak them out. Hey, it worked. All right. Look, I only have 800 milliliters left to deal with. So the appearance. Still got too much Bellows. The Bellows is deeper. The Bellows is a deeper, more of a copper or an amber, and the Barton is more of a gold. The gold bug. I'm getting down through the Barton. The Barton is fairly pleasant. Now, they're both 80-20 blends. 80% grain neutral spirits and 20% straight whiskey. More than likely bourbon. Aged at least 4 years, both of them. Both of them is at least 4 years. Well, the Bellows is 4 years. It says 4 years, exactly 48 months. Bellows, that club whiskey came from Jim Beam Company, the Jim Beam Company. It's been sold off to Luxco, and I don't think they make the club whiskey anymore, thank goodness. Now, the Bellows that they make now, the Bellows blended, because they make a bourbon too, but we're not addressing that at this time. I'm curious to see what that's going to taste like. Oh, I'm picking up the fumes already with this Bellows. Ooh, I'm telling you, it is some kind of weird thing, man. Where's the daylight? Where's the sun? I have to cut grass today. Not that I need sunlight to cut grass. I mean, I need some. I'm not going to do it at night. But yesterday was just cold. It got up to 45 yesterday. That was the high. And that was only for like, seemed like 30 minutes. It was back down to 44 and 43. And damp and cloudy and chilly and miserable. And everybody agreed with that. One guy at work said, I like this kind of weather. I said, well, that's you. You like it. You enjoy it, and I'll hate it. And then when it gets hot, you can hate it, and I'll enjoy it. Okay. Aroma. Some sourdough bread, which is making me think Barton, because Barton is made at Barton, Sazerac. They do a lot of sour mash whiskey, so okay. It's just cornmeal kind of thing, corn grits. It's mild. Now let's check this one out. I think this is going to have to be the Bellows because it's going to make me jump back. Oh yeah. Oh, whoa. There's some kind of strange, it's like a peppermint or a wintergreen, a spearmint. Why would it have this minty thing? Okay. Here at 6:04 a.m. Central Standard Time. Jack Cottrell said, they say we from Michigan overpronounce our vowels and consonants. You overpronounce your vowels and you said constants, you mean consonants. Well, I don't know how that is. I would have to hear Michigan people speak. I've heard Erica Lyons fan, he speaks kind of normal, you know. Dad Bod Refinement says, yo, Ron. Yo to you, DBR. What? Yeah, you get the corn grits, the polenta. You get that. But there's this thematic. If the Whiskey Scout was down here, I'd say try it. He'd probably be just appalled by it. It's in the it burns your nose. It's like a sharp rye note. Not even a note. What am I? A note. It's like a clang, like a crashing cymbal, or just a. It's so so non-soft. Ooh. All right, taste. Well, I already know which is which. I'm telling you, this is the Bellows. I'm trying not to look because I know the Bellows is a little darker. This is the Bellows. That's the Barton. Aroma only. I mean, now let me take a deep inhalation on the Barton. Yeah, it's just like smooth across the sniff. It's mellow. It's Barton. You say, well, Barton, so that's cheap stuff. I know that. It doesn't smell expensive, you see, but it just smells mellow, like it's not offensive. This stuff, woo. All right, taste. Just tastes like Barton. I've been describing this for multiple taste challenges. It's overriding corn distillate, corn liquor. Because if it's 80% grain neutral spirits, and that's all corn, coming from Midwest Grain Products, because they told me that at Barton Distillery, they said they just buy it from them. They don't even use their own column still anymore because it's cheaper just to buy it from MGP, the old Seagram's distillery. So then, and they have these big copper stills I noticed over there at Barton. That must be where their bourbon's coming from. Well, it must be if they're not used. But let's see now. They were saying that they were saying this particular column still was used to make vodka. But I don't know. I didn't see any other. I just saw these big copper things. Okay, now. But anyway, so and then they just blend it with the straight bourbon, and boom, there you go. Blended whiskey. That's why it's $5.99. So it tastes like that corn liquor now. Does that taste really good? You say, what about the char, the wood? Yeah. Sorry. You don't get that. And you barely get it in Barton, 4-year age Barton straight bourbon. That's about as basic as they come. That is so basic. That is like basic. And my friend David was complaining about Tom Sims from Heaven Hill. Oh, well, I'm afraid that the Barton is even blander than that. And I drank a 375 of Barton, not hit once, but throughout taste challenges. Pretty dang dull, 80 proof. There's a 90 proof also I saw in Kentucky, but I didn't buy it. But at least the Tom Sims had some little char and wood. He said, I don't pick up any char really. I said, I'm picking up a little bit. A little bit. Here, over here, nah. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm trying to delay the taste. You know, I'm trying to put it off. I have to do it though. Okay. Oh. It's like Lifesavers wintergreen. I don't know what kind of game they were trying to play at Jim Beam Company in 1994, but whatever game they were playing, I bet they won it. And I lost. They won and I lost, and it cost me $8.99 to lose it, plus tax. Woo, can't say it has no flavor. Can't say that. Wish I could. All right. Am I an anti-rye-ite? Do I hate rye whiskey? No. I like Sazerac rye. But this stuff, ooh, it's going to be a challenge. Oh, it's going to be a challenge. John and Neely says, good morning, Ron. Good morning to you, John and Neely. Okay, over here. Is there rye? There is. There is. It's that typical, or I should say stereotypical Sazerac rye. It's at the very end of the sip. It's there present to give it a little spice, kind of like a mildly hop beer. You understand, like a beer that has just enough hop bitterness to give it some character. This is that way. You could mix this with Pepsi, Coke, Sprite, Hawaiian Punch, and drink it, and it would be fine. And that's probably what people are doing with it. Don't think people are buying Barton to sit there and do taste challenges and sit by the fireplace with a Glencairn glass and swishing it around and talk about the subtle notes and characters of the Barton, which has been on the market for 70 years. This is the 70th anniversary. The 70th anniversary of Barton American Premium Blended Whiskey. Do you think they'll have a big celebration over there at Heaven Hill about it? Heaven Hill, what am I talking about? Sazerac, at Sazerac? Well, now Sazerac might, because they are strange companies, so they might do some little promotional with it. You know, if anybody would, it would be them, because they're kind of peculiar with their stuff. They're kind of quirky, so I mean, you know, you might go there and say, get your Barton 70th anniversary t-shirt. It's free. And you say, what the deuce? All right. Now over here, oh, you did me in, Jim Beam. Yeah, you get the corn grits. Yeah, you get the dried flowers and a little nectar. All of that should be in a blended whiskey. All those things. A little, no melon, no melon. And the corn sweetness, but golly, the rye. Ooh, You say, well, why don't you just, now you might be saying, why don't you just go read the reviews and see what the other people say about it? They might talk about rye as well. Yeah, but except there's only one little problem. There ain't no reviews. You know what I'm saying? Get on those whiskey review websites, or they're really alcohol review websites, because they cover gin, cordials, vodka, etc. Not just whiskey. But you won't ever find this listed. No. It sounds like these two would improve when used as mixers. Yeah, I was leading to that. The Bellows Club whiskey would probably affect the flavor of the Coke, the Royal Crown Cola, the Fanta, whatever you're mixing it with. So it would make it taste strange now to me. Now the Barton would mix well. I think Barton mixes well. Just add people, as the Taka tagline says, because it's so mellow and non-offensive, or if you want to say nondescript, like there's really nothing there. It's so neutral. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Barton would make a nice mixer. I'd be curious to see what my friend David thinks about it, though, because he was so antagonistic And on air, he was a little more reserved. So when we shot the video, he was more trying to keep it in check, but you could see he's about to like lose it. But then off air, then he just was getting very animated, I guess, about the Tom Sims. But I told him I couldn't resist buying it. I had to buy it. Like, it was just too odd. And if I'd have seen the 6th year, I'd have bought that. And they had a sale on it. So at Feldman's Liquor. So I said, well, I'm going to buy it. Now, on the other hand, he loved the Gallo, the Famosa. And I don't know if he drank the Rejilla. I got to ask him, did you drink the Rejilla from El Salvador? Well, now, but this would be a good whiskey to buy if you wanted to play a prank on people. You know what I mean? Like, kind of, yeah, to prank them, as like a party. You know, people have a party and they do little games. You could play a game called Guess the Insidious. And then they'd say, oh, no, what is this? And you say, it's whiskey. I thought it was wintergreen from Lightsabers. Then you could trick them and say, I got you, haha. Guess if you were trying to make some kind of strange holiday cake like mint with these alcohol eggs, they're very prominent. I've never seen alcohol eggs that pronounced on a blended whiskey. Hey, man, did they put something else in this bottle as like a prank on me? He says, haha, prank whiskey, I swear. So Bellows is not a great whiskey by any stretch of the imagination. Bellows Club whiskey. But I do believe it would be a great prank whiskey or a party whiskey or a, you know what I'm saying, a party game whiskey. Party game. Now, what kind of insidious game you would want to create this, I do not know. It's bad enough for me. I got to do the taste challenges again and again and again and again and again and again. You say, oh, you'll start to like it after a while. Well, you know what? Remember when I did the solo review by itself, the recorded review where I sat at the table, I did like it. And I talked very favorable towards it. But now, when you start throwing things in the competition, that can change the whole appreciation of it. It can throw everything off. You don't know until you do this side by side. It has to be blind. Of course, in this case, it doesn't matter if it's blind because you're never going to mix them up. John Anilli says, good luck with the earthquake high gravity today. Oh, yeah, 10% too, not the 8%. See, I don't think I'm psychologically prepared because I'm just trying to get through this right now. I'm doing this. It's bad enough I got to deal with this club whiskey, so I'm trying to. I don't even have, I'm trying to process it or something. And then I got to turn right around and try to process earthquake high gravity. Yeah, I probably need to go to some kind of counseling. Do they have any free counseling? Like, where you don't have to pay for it for when you've had Bellows Club whiskey followed by earthquake? I'm going to have to look that up on the internet. It could be some kind of program because I probably will have to go. I mean, I'll be okay after the program. I won't be okay if I don't go to the program. All right, so anyway, we'll have to look into that. There's probably some government program for that. All right, anyway. Jack Cottrell says, kind of stressed today. No, I'm not stressed. I'm distressed from this. If you drank this, you see, if I went to if they said, why do you think you should come to this program? I mean, you can't, I'd say, I would tell the director of the program, taste this stuff. He'd say, oh yeah, you can come in. You got 6 weeks free because after that, there's no way you could, yeah, I'd call, you wouldn't even have to fill out any paperwork. They'd just say, come on in, come sit down. But don't let the other people try it because they're making progress and you're going to make them regress. They're finally starting to get their emotion, you know, stable and, you know, They don't need that kind of drama. I didn't say drama. I said trauma. Trauma. Okay, so Bellows Club Whiskey it is. Let's check as if I could be wrong. BCW, Bellows Club Whiskey. Mama. You almost have to admire their gall. With those kind of things like the Earthquake High Gravity, you admire just that they could produce it. You know what I'm saying? Like, how could they produce it? The strength to do something like that. If I had 30 other whiskey reviewers like that, all of our problems here would be over. Just hit me like a diamond bullet in the forehead. All right. Well, it was like heaven came down to earth in the form of gardenias. All right. Well, he was 38 years old. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Barton. Thank you, Barton, for giving me some kind of signpost of sanity. And I want to thank Bellows Club Whiskey for helping me put one foot in the on the road to madness. 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 Madness.